long.
I think a
before
lot
end
of the people who are watching it aren't watching it; they're just listening to it as background noise.
That's true.
So it's more of a podcast than a.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We definitely see ourselves more podcasty than we do other words.
Are we in episode? Is that are they going to get some commentary, some behind the scenes?
Sure, we've been back in episode whenever Amerit decided to start the episode.
Yeah.
Now allow me to burp on camera because I didn't do that yet. Okay, that was a lame burp. Sorry. So I shared good news with you earlier today, like when you got here. My weight loss thing. Well, I guess not the weight loss itself, but that my resting heart rate is down to like 47 beats per minute. And then you told me that might be a bad thing and I might need to see a doctor about it.
It might be. My doctor warned me about having a resting heart rate below 50. He told me that if that is common for me, that I may eventually need a pacemaker.
Yeah, well, maybe I need to start measuring because my phone can measure my heart rate just fine. So.
I think my understanding is that if your heart beats too slow, then you're not getting enough blood,
pumped
particularly
around
to your brain, and it can cause difficulty concentrating. It can cause lightheadedness and maybe even other brain issues. I don't know if it would cause like a stroke or something like that, because I think a stroke is more associated with like clots and high blood pressure.
Right.
But yeah, like if your brain's not getting enough blood, that's not good.
Bring it up next time I see my doctor, especially because my blood pressure is not low to commensurate. Then again, I was, whenever I'm at a doctor, my blood pressure is way higher because I'm in a stressful situation.
Yeah, see, mine's always really low because I'm really calm and chill when I'm sitting in the chair and they measure it.
Oh, okay.
But I think you're going to be fine. I think what's happening is just your body is adjusting
to being fit again. For the first
time
in
and to
15 years.
not having to carry as much weight around. So I think
there's a lot less blood. There's a lot less vessel to pump blood through.
Right. So I would say that probably after 6 months or so, maybe it'll start going back up.
Yeah, because I've only got another probably 30 pounds of fat that I'm going to lose before I'm done losing weight.
Yeah, and once you hit your equilibrium point, you'll probably start. It'll go back to a normal range.
I hope so.
But I'm not a medical doctor, so don't...
This is one thing that is good game design. Wait, no, I came in through this way, didn't I? Yeah, because that said it's the same one. I was about to say, I don't remember these wood things. That's good game design. But no, this is exactly the way I came in initially.
I do remember Resident Evil 4 actually being pretty good about signposting.
Yeah, I'm just... my flow is very off. My concentration is not fully on
But then
the game.
again, this area here, these first chapters in the village...
are
the most open areas in the game.
Yeah.
After this, it's a lot more corridor crawl kind of thing.
Leon, where you go? Was there another exit out of that house that I missed?
I don't know. Is this the one where you have to go upstairs and fend off the ambush with the NPC?
No, not there yet.
I think I hear someone banging on a door or something.
Yeah, there is a banging. I thought that was me.
So there's...
Okay, check every room in this house.
Probably a door somewhere that you have to open and trigger another ambush, because that's what Resident Evil 4 is. It's a game of constant ambushes.
Or there might be a thing I'm supposed to find. That's okay. We're not in the biggest of hurries. I love that dust effect.
I want to point out that that John told me that he wanted to play the game instead of me because he thought it would be faster because he knows the game better.
Yeah, I was like, how many times have you played it? And you're like, once when it came out.
On the PS2.
And I was like, well, I played through it on hard mode a few times, and, I'll probably be a little bit faster. And plus, you've never played the game on the Let's Play, so I don't know how well you can concentrate on the game and
I played a little bit of Rogue Leader.
Oh, yeah, you did. Good times. Okay, Leon, where do you go? Leon, help yourself out. Figure it out. Yeah, I put the controller down and walk away for a few minutes.
I'm not terribly good at talking about a game while I'm playing it. I do Twitch broadcasts when I'm playing PS4 games.
That's
but
a different style, yeah.
I don't have a headset on, so it's not intended for people to actually watch. I mostly do it for archival purposes of gameplay,
right?
So that I always know that I can go back to the Twitch broadcast and get screenshots.
That's clever.
Or video if I want to write a blog, or because I write blogs and I review pretty much every game that I play. Unless it's something that I pop in for 5 minutes and then I'm never touch it again. But any game that I put any substantial amount of time in, I will write a review for it. So I mostly utilize the PS4's capture thing, but sometimes I forget to capture something. So in that sense, I'll go back to the Twitch broadcast and I'll upload them to YouTube. I keep most of them private, just so that I don't bombard YouTubers with a bunch of videos of me just playing random games.
We keep meaning to do Twitch streams of just on our channel for games that we're never gonna play in this format, because it is like it's a more chill version. Even if you're doing a Let's Play on Twitch, it's more of a hang out and watch me do this, and less of a performance like a YouTube Let's Play is, if that makes sense. Leon, where the hell do we go? Like this, we were clearly supposed to come in here, right? Like the door was locked. So there's probably an item in here. There's a save point here. There's something in this house that...
The door might have just been locked because of the save point, but I hear someone banging on something, so there's got to be a door. Is it like something on the
Oh, I bet there's a thing I opened up. Ah, ha, ha. I pushed this from probably this angle. Okay.
I probably would have noticed that if I'd been paying more attention.
Yeah. And the thing wasn't even in here. Well, maybe...
Well, thanks for sticking with us for the last 10 minutes while John figures out how to push a
same three houses.
Bookcase.
Oh, ready for a jump scare? Ready for a jump scare?
Does this qualify as a jump scare?
Not really, especially with that long load cutscene. Oh, this guy! Remember this guy?
With his
Spanish.
Cowboy vest?
Yeah. He's Spanish. See, can't you tell with his accent? Here, let's turn it up so me and you can hear. Or
everybody in this game is Spanish, right?
How's your volume?
It's fine.
Okay.
It was just that very opening cutscene thing that they added to before the game was super loud.
Yeah, these graphics were amazing for the PS2 era, weren't they?
GameCube.
Well, yeah, it was GameCube first, but it's the PS2 era. Oh no, it's the bad guy for this chapter of the game. Actually, I think he's this chapter and the next chapter, isn't he? Yeah, good job. Didn't you see his badass intro? Did you think you were going to be able to take him, Leon?
Oh, I think this was probably the point in the game where it starts to get difficult to take seriously.
Yeah.
Whoa, that was only chapter 1?
Yeah, that was chapter 1 out of like 6 or 8. That was a lot.
Oh, is it? I thought it was like 20.
No, it's not that many.
Oh, okay.
They're in sections. That was chapter 1-1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how many sections are there in a chapter?
Like 3 to 4.
Okay. I was about to say, then we're making better progress than I thought, but yeah, no.
Oh, no. We're going extremely slowly through this. This is like first playthrough slow.
Yep. I do not remember this at all.
Monologuing. I remember this part vaguely. Because like he's captured and then someone's gonna rescue him. I forget who. Oh yeah, because they put the parasite in him, and that's part of the thing is he's got it. Like there's a time pressure. There's not really, but it's it adds the dramatic tension.
Yeah, except not.
Yeah. Well, because
But it's also that sort of thing really only works from a mechanical standpoint in a game that's more open-ended. In a game that's less linear and scripted,
yeah,
like you can't really pull off. I mean, unless you literally have a timer in the top corner of the screen.
I'm a fan of just doing that. I'm a fan of trying to give you a sense of you got to go fast, and if you figure out that you don't have to, oh well, now you can be a little more completionist.
Yeah, it's one of my biggest pet peeves with open world games is the lack of any sense of consequence or pressure to progress certain circumstances.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice if the bad guy was slowly taking over more and more the more you dawdled towards the end of the game?
Well, or just like something. For instance, Metal Gear Solid 5 actually begins with you having to rescue somebody who's been taken prisoner, and they're going to execute him like the following day. And if you don't find him and rescue him, like within a certain time limit, it's game over.
That's very
and
Metal Gear Solid.
And you have to restart the game. But then the whole rest of the game, up until a very specific point in the second chapter, they don't do that at all. But when they do it in the second chapter, it is brilliant.
What if I were to play another Metal Gear Solid game after the first one? Which
3.
One should it be? 3?
Snake Eater is the best Metal Gear Solid game. It is like maybe in my top 3 or 5 favorite games ever.
Okay, I'll play
Snake
that
Eater
someday.
is awesome. But anyway, what Metal Gear Solid 5 does in its second chapter that is really good is they have this
Jason, we're being rude. They're trying to talk.
Well, you should have turned on subtitles.
I'm joking. Go ahead. Oh, can we turn on subtitles?
I don't know. Maybe.
I should look that up.
Yeah. So the Metal Gear Solid 5 has this little subplot about this this disease thing that it's a vocal cord thing that makes people like forget how to talk, and then it kills them eventually. And this disease gets loose in your base, which you've spent like the last 40 hours of the game building up and recruiting soldiers and training the soldiers and sending them on missions. And these soldiers start getting sick and dying until you resolve the story mission that finds the cure for that disease.
I like that.
That is brilliant open world game design, because it gives you the freedom to do whatever you want, but it lights a fire under your butt that says every moment that you spend not doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing has consequences.
Yeah,
and it does it without having to put a stupid timer at the top of the screen and saying game over if it ticks down to 0.
Isn't it a shame Kojima couldn't finish that game?
I don't know what the hell happened with Metal Gear Solid 5, but yeah, if there was a complete version of that game that was not realized, then we missed out.
Oh yeah, that was only the game was only like half finished.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's possible that it was all a big troll by Kojima, because he's known to do that sort of thing.
Oh yeah,
like there could be some like meta.
This guy.
There could be some meta text in the second chapter of Metal Gear Solid 5 that is maybe just going over people's heads, or that maybe Kojima didn't communicate properly, maybe because he didn't run out of time. Maybe everything that's in the game was what he wanted to do, but he didn't get to execute it fully because of time constraints.
So like it was halfway through development because he's a perfectionist, perhaps.
Well, and maybe he had his team secretly working on PT instead of working on on Metal Gear Solid 5, but that is... So I'm a huge Silent Hill fan, and I wasn't entirely sure that PT Silent Hills would be a good Silent Hill game, because I wasn't entirely sure that that Kojima would get the story right. But regardless, I'm sure it would have been a fantastic game. And not getting to have whatever PT/Silent Hills was going to be ever get released to the public is one of the worst travesties in gaming. It's so unfortunate that Kojima and Del Toro did not get to actually make that game.
Yeah, it's definitely the case. I'm pretty sure I'm going to pick up a rifle at some point, so I don't want to buy any of these other weapons.
Well, remember, whatever weapon you pick up, make sure you use it, because that's the weapon the game will give you ammo for.
It doesn't seem to be doing that. It seems to be forcing me between the two, but I definitely want to power up my handgun. So let's, what do you think? I think firepower is what I want the most now. Yeah.
Is that old stranger?
And here's RPG-like character and equipment advancement that is also leached into every game that comes out now.
I forgot this existed until just now. I don't remember any of this. Oh yeah.
Oh, you don't remember the "what are you buying" guy?
I remember the "what are you buying." I don't remember the fixing up your weapons aspect of it.
Nope, it's definitely there.
Yeah, I just completely forgot about it. Oh well.
What are you?
Oh, what did he? It said. Oh, because until I buy the attaché case, it's gonna say there's new stuff and everything. Yeah. Treasure map. Ooh. Oh, I can't afford it now.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going for 100% completionist sort of thing. So
well, definitely not.
Buying a treasure map even worth doing?
No, it's not. We're gonna get like a third of the way through the game tops by the end of. Well, by Halloween, right? Because you have to end all Halloween festivities on Halloween, right? That's over.
Sure.
No more Halloween.
So anyway, again, going back to open world game design, I recently played through the Marvel Spider-Man game by Insomniac.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I keep wanting to try that. I've seen Let's Plays. It looks super fun.
It's pretty good. I'm actually going to take a contrarian position of saying that I'm actually not super impressed with the web swinging. But, well, that's a tangent for another day. There's a point in that game's story where Peter and Mary Jane, like, have a disagreement over the nature of their relationship.
Okay.
And they have this really awesome like text message exchange that is like totally sold by like the character's body language and stuff like that. Where like MJ is basically like, I need to take some time to figure things out. I'll call you later, maybe. Right? Implying that she may have just broken up with him. Like, for good.
Oh, okay.
And he's all super bummed about it and depressed. And then the game goes back into open world mode, where you can go do whatever you want. And one of the things that is side content in that game are these little like enemy base capture missions, because it's an open world game, and all open world games have to have enemy base capture missions.
Oh, is that just a rule now?
And in
Did Ubisoft make that a law?
Yeah, Ubisoft made it a law.
Oh, hey there.
And in those side quests in Spider-Man, every one of them, Spidey calls up Mary Jane, and she gives him like intel about like the like backstory information kind of things about what the bad guys are doing in that base, smuggling drugs or whatever the hell they're doing, and that happens when you do the open world content right after having this breakup text message where she's like, I maybe not am going to call you, and it completely deflates.
Yeah, I imagine
the suspense and the emotional impact of that scene, and that's the sort of thing that just drives me nuts about open world sandbox game design, is that they completely kill narrative pacing.
Yeah, unless you set it up to where this stuff all happens at the end after all of your plot points have happened.
Well,
yeah,
or
you have to be extremely
you're particularly
careful.
clever because
you're good at writing it.
The game has a lot of impressive production quality things and writing things. Like, for example, they actually recorded 2 different sets of all of Spider-Man's dialogue, one for if he's standing still and one for if you're like exerting yourself web swinging. So if you're just sitting somewhere and you're talking...
Oh, so he sounds a little bit different,
right,
yeah.
so if you have like your phone call conversations with someone while he's just standing still, it's just a regular conversation. But if he's like in the middle of web swinging, he's kind of like gasping for breath and things like that as he's doing it. And it's like a nice little touch. So if they could do something like that, why couldn't they have like just put in a simple if statement that says that if you pass this one point in the story, but didn't get to the reconciliation where Peter and Mary Jane are starting to talk again,
right,
don't play those phone messages.
Yes.
Or have him call like one of his police force buddies or someone instead, and have the same backstory dump given him from somewhere else.
All those guys, they're so far away. I bet they won't get here until next time on the branch. Next time on the branch.